Hey, welcome traders. We've had some interesting moves in the market here. I just want to go over a couple things that we discussed in our PUG meeting. That's the person's user group in yesterday's meeting. First and foremost, we are in active PPS sell signals. Now, what you're seeing in front of you right now is our trade station. I'm going to use Thinkorswim in just a second. But I wanted to share with you a couple things. In the trade station, we have created in our indicator packages here a breakdown of the advanced decline on all of different markets. So instead of just looking at the advanced decline on the NYSE, the New York Stock Exchange Composite Index, instead of looking at the advanced decline on the NASDAQ Composite, we've broken it down so we can take a look at the cumulative advanced decline line for all the major stock indices. Kind of like it gives you a better perspective than just looking at the index's prices, because remember, these are capitalized, weighted stock indices. Certain stocks have more profound effect on the value of the index. So with advanced decline work, we're able to see strength in numbers or weakness in numbers. If more stocks go up, forcing the price advance or the increase in value of the index, that's a more positive, robust rally. As you can see right now, we are in active PPS, that's the price, the person's pivot study indicator. It paints a sell signal on the bars. With that, we have a breakdown right now, the advanced decline. That's what this fuchsia level is. The advanced decline is broken down in the NASDAQ Composite, the Qs, the Dow, and again, look at the Russell. And then finally, the S&P 500. Until that washes out, this could turn into more of a correctional move in the market to the downside. So that's one of the things we want to watch for. Another indicator I use is, and I'll share this with you looking at the monthly chart, is I like to look at stocks that are after the first few days of the month, if they're trading above the open range or below the open range. And this is MGM in the casino sector. Today, it's ironic, it's really weird what the leadership of the market is. MGM generated a monthly buy signal, and currently, and again, we are now in our seventh day, Monday was a holiday, our seventh trading day of the month, still closing greater than monthly opening range. And that gives me the suspicion that the lows for the month is in for this particular instrument. All right, so what I'm looking at is more of a rotational grind in the market, and I'm looking for, when I say a rotational grind, today's tape action, we have some of the more popular names that you're familiar with, like a Facebook and a Google and a Shopify, Lyft, etc., Zoom, Etsy, which added to the S&P 500, and then a couple stocks here, which Tesla and Beyond Meat. Now, Beyond Meat, if you notice, in the monthly chart again, where is it relative to its monthly opening range? It's above it. And it held this blue line, which is our longer term pivot, rising moving averages. This supports the fact that Beyond Meat could see further gains. So again, I don't really see this as a complete meltdown in the market versus a rotation. Our live trading room, and I'll share this in just a minute, we took a very short-term trade in Tesla yesterday on a breakout, and I'll explain that to you in a minute. But notice, based on my observations and technical work, where are we relative to the monthly opening range in Tesla? We're way below it, right? So for me, my assumption is that the high for the month is in. I think most people would see that. But we had such a dramatic rise in August, an almost key reversal in September. It wouldn't surprise us, and that's what we were calling for, was a market to recover a bit. I'm looking for Tesla to probably not do a lot for the rest of the month of September. I don't see it really gaining much near its monthly high, which was the open. September 1st, again, was the open for the month. So there are certain things that I think we're seeing money come off the table in some of these names, and we're rotating around. All right, so let's get into some of my work here. This is, let's see, our live trading room. Let's put up the live trading room real quick. All right, first down here, you see Tesla. This was where we put up a that exact breakout. I drew this green line in the sand. I said on a 15-minute close greater than, we should see a return to this resistance area. That was these two red lines. That was a zone of resistance. Today, when the market opened there, we exited all our near-term call options. This was just a simple momentum play to the upside. This is Packaging Corp of America. In the same kind of content, if we can get a breakout above Packaging Corp America, the longer-term charts, monthly, weekly, look great, but short-term, we could sit here for, I don't know, another week or two before, or stay in a sideways channel before we break out. So the breakout point of interest is we have to close greater than that line in the sand. Now, we've done the same thing over here with Alaskan Air. We already took a position in Alaskan Air from lower levels. So for day traders or swing traders, if you notice this line in the sand, I don't look for markets to trade through them. I look for the market to close greater than the greater sign. That's a close greater than. That's the greater sign, right? So I'm looking for a close. If we get a close, we're going to get a momentum. And that's the same kind of concept that we give our traders and what we talked about yesterday. The close right here was greater than our line in the sand, and we got our breakout. Uber, same story, different, was a different strategy. We took a bull call spread in Uber, the 34.39. This was something we sent out in the email. So we were long Uber. We took a trade in Tesla. Now Walgreens, this is an interesting one because this is a 4% dividend yield. Walgreens, on the corner of every, what was their commercials, Health and Happiness, is absolutely getting, what's the word, berated, pummeled. It's ugly. Now, we have a long stock position we're losing money on, but when we initiated this stock, we bought it around 39, and we bought a 37.5 put. So it's protected to the downside. When will we get out of the put? A little bit lower if it does, or higher, greater than this line in the sand. If we can get back above the weekly pivot and the green line, then the green light's on. How will we trade that stock? Real simple. We either will dump the put, roll out of the put, or replace the put with a stop now. So I'm a big fan of the Walgreens trade here for the dividend, and of course its value right now. We're down to around 16 times forward earnings. So I think the valuation's getting a little cheap in this space. Retail pharmacy, they sell cigarettes, they sell liquor, they sell beauty aids, and I'm thinking that after they just did a announcement over the summer of cutting 4,000 jobs, what does Walgreens Boots Alliance stand for? Walgreens, but they bought pharmaceutical chain Boots in the UK. So if you go to England, London, if you're in Knightsbridge, for example, right next to Harrods, you'll find a Boots pharmacy right there. And so bottom line is, you know, they probably paid a little too much money for that merger, number one. Number two, the expense, and most institutional investors won't blink at this stock anymore because everyone's looking at Zoom, newer companies. They're looking at, the momentum names, right? But I think we're going to get a rotation back into this kind of, let's call it staple or better jobs. One of the interesting things, as I shared with you just a second ago with MGM, it's not just MGM. By gosh, it's today. The irony is, let's just bring this into space to view for you here. In the casinos, look, the entire casino sector, Caesars, IGT, the maker of gaming equipment, Las Vegas Sands, Boyd Gaming, Wynn, MGM. You could look at Penn. And then another one is Red Rocks Casino, RRR. So if I go over here and I just go to data, oh boy, add data, add a line, add a blank row. Let's take a look at PENN, enter, and you can see even Penn National Gaming up 12%. So these are the big namers. Again, stocks that are above breaking out prior highs in a monthly basis, right? Stocks that are above its opening range are positive. So we're getting a big lift. Now here's the interesting aspect. The S&Ps today are down. The NASDAQ's down. The Dow is down slightly, 0.5%, 0.4%. The Russell is, I call it, it's unchanged, up 0.18%. To me, I find it irony that the leadership in the market is in casinos. Well, how do you get to some of these casinos that are in Las Vegas? Again, the theory is that Macau is opening up, but also Las Vegas. How do you get to Las Vegas? you probably take Airline. You're not, unless you live in Vegas, of course. But Southwest Airlines, and then what we've taken a position in, Alaskan Air. So Alaskan Airlines, we took a position on based on the market holding up right above person's pivots. It's in a weekly buy signal. I just wanted to share this to you, the couple things that we look at. We're in a weekly buy. The market is above its monthly opening range. It is above its monthly pivot. And the market is showing a little bit of increase in relative strength. And that relative strength, I've talked many times before, it's the PMC indicator. All right, let's look at what relative strength stand for. We're looking for a market that is greater than, and I'll share this with you right here. That's why we have Alaskan Air on our board. This is Thinkorswim. So basically, we're looking for price breakouts, momentums to the short term. We're also looking for stocks that are outperforming relative to the market. My work suggests that we're starting to see a rotation, money coming off the table in some of these high-tech names, your Zooms, your Wayfair. I mean, they had a big sell-off. They're recovering, I get it. But some of the market money is going into some of these other names. And that smells to me like economy opening up. And if you take a look at those casinos, that has probably been one of mine next to Illinois Tool Work, two of my best economic indicators. If people have enough money to pay their rent, turn on the lights, feed the kids, take care of their obligations, pay an airline, fly to Vegas. And right now, I don't know why you would go to Vegas today because nothing's really open. There's no entertainment. The Rolling Stones just came out with the newest edition, or excuse me, they came out with Goat's Head Soup's old album that they just redid. Mick would love to do nothing more than another tour, right? Mick and the boys and Keith, while they're still with us. And where would they love to go? Vegas, more than likely, but they're not. So there's money flowing into these casino stocks on a day like today that's down. That's relative strength. It's also showing me that there is activity, and that's why we see both the Airline, Alaskan Air, and then MGM. So we have some other ideas. We got a breakout that we were talking about in Beyond Meat. Beyond Meat yesterday generated daily PPS buy, broke out of my famous little green lines. These green lines I put in myself. They are my last conditional change, stuff that was written in that book over there about 18 years ago. So at this point we have some really kind of like maybe the indices won't do much because the cap-weighted stocks that make these indices move up probably won't do a whole lot. It's the balance, and this is where we could get into the term stealth bull market, where people will see that the index isn't doing anything, but other stocks are moving up. Sneaky is well, I'd have to say it just the way it is phrased, the fart in church. Sneakier than a fart in church. Sorry about that. But the point being is we are getting momentum to the upside on a lot of other names that would normally not be going up, and that's what I wanted to share with you guys. And I think that when we do our live trading room, whether it's the algo room, and I'll share that with you, we have 2 live trading rooms going on at the same time. All you have to do is switch from one room to the other, and you'll see algo room right here in just a second. There it is. Here's the algo room. Our 5-minute E-mini S&P model has been going nuts today. It captured a long first thing in the morning. If I share with you, I'll zoom it up. It's on a different monitor. Here's our captured a live, a long, a short, got stopped out on a trailing basis, got right back in on the freight train and get long. It is now long 2 little small contracts. That's what we trade with this thing. The stop loss is down here. We'll see what happens. It will give back out of 4 trades, 3 winners and 1 loser. So that would be good for the day. Other than that, it had a hell of a British pound short, and it is now long, and you can see the performance. Everything on this board that when we do in the algo room is all generated live, not after the fact, and then it comes up on this screen right here. So we also take a look at what the S&P 500 breadth is doing, and it's right now 178 versus 316. Volatility's not going up. You see the stock market going down, but the VIX isn't really moving up. That's another tell sign that we have maybe traders not worried about the stock market crashing, and we're seeing rotation in other areas. You keep your eye on that and watch these other sectors. And then also, in addition, make sure you run some scans. And our scans with the PPS indicator can be run right on Thinkorswim as well. Let's take a look at that quickly. Real quick, if you go over here to Thinkorswim and you go to scan, and right now we've already set it up to PPS buy, you can scan in any index you want. We're going to use Russell 3000, and we're going to change the aggregate time period to a daily and hit scan. Yeah, we're asking for a lot of data, but Thinkorswim can handle it. That's the power with Thinkorswim. What's interesting is today, if this is what is showing you right now, and again, it's 1:47 in the afternoon. It is Thursday, September 9th. If we close at these current levels, these prices right here you see on your screen, we are running a new, fresh daily momentum buy signals. And you can see pharmaceuticals, biotech, healthcare, that's the big leader. Hotels, restaurants, look at this. It's not hotels, restaurants, it's Boyd Gaming, Las Vegas Sands. I already shared this with you. All of this is running into new restoration hardware. Of course, it already had just outstanding earnings. So that's forcing that stock up tremendously. We have C.H. Robinson, which is a logistical. So we've got some air freight logistics. We've got casinos, hotel, restaurants opening up, generating new fresh buy signals. And that's how you're going to be able to find the rotation. When you get these PPS momentum buy signals, that's where you're going to get insights as to where the money flow is changing from maybe sector to sector. Incidentally, if you want to learn more about this information, I'm doing a 2-hour event for Money Show, an online virtual expo. And if you want to attend that, the link, it's almost darn near impossible to see that link right there. I'll try to post it in the video. But you can go to Money Show's website, look under my name, speaker John Person, and sign up for this. And we're going to go through exactly how to take care and utilize top-down approach to find excellent stock picking ideas. So if you like what you see in this video and the other videos that we've had, how do we pick up our stocks? This is one of the techniques we use with the scan on the PPS indicator. Thanks for watching, and if you're interested, it's Tuesday, September 15th, 1 to 3 p.m., so it'll give you a chance to kind of keep an eye on the markets, number one, as well as learn solid technical tools and techniques that most people aren't really familiar with. So again, Money Show, September Virtual Expo, you go to moneyshow.com. Thanks for watching, and if you like what you had to see, give me a thumbs up. If you don't, constructive criticism is always welcome. Thanks again, everybody. Good luck.